Speak Your Mind 2.0
SYM
Networks.
Speak your mind. Woo! We are back. Thank you.
3 times a charm.
Yes, sir. 3 times is the motherfucking charm. Welcome back, y'all. Speak Your Mind 2.0. It's your boy SYM.
It's your boy TY.
And we are back. Good to have y'all back in our presence. Good to be back in y'all's presence.
As always.
Back with our sports and culture updates. You know, it's been a very, I don't know. I feel like it's been a lackluster kind of week.
It's been a lackluster 2 weeks. Let's just say that. I mean, just a lot has been going on in sports, and now a whole lot has been going on in pop culture lately. But that's what we're here for, to talk about it, and we about to give y'all our reaction. So,
for sure.
Without further ado, let's just go ahead and kick it off. So, college football. I'm pretty sure by now, you know, last week's games have already ended, but we still going to give our opinions on this.
Preference this, you know, how we've been doing it. We're going to be talking about, because we're going to try and drop every Friday. So
right.
We're going to be in between both weeks, basically. So we're going to talk to you guys about what happened the following week.
And then
give our
predictions for this week.
Yep.
So, long story short.
So, stick with us. Hang with us. We just want to give you guys the update so you guys don't be like, what the fuck these niggas talking about? That shit happened
already.
But we know what happened already.
Just stay with us. We getting back in the groove. Just stay with us. We good. Just stay with us.
We know all this stuff happened, but, you know, by the time we get done recording and chopping everything up, it's time to
talk about new shit.
Yeah, it's time to get ready for the next week. So
right. So, anyway, college football. A few ranked teams have went down, and one of those teams, let's just start it off. The Iowa Hawkeyes finally went down. They went down to Purdue at Iowa, which is not an easy place to win at if you're a road team with that hostile environment. And on top of that, too, you have a children's hospital in the background. So it's like you playing with a lot of motivation for you to win if you're the home team.
That is facts. Every night game or home.
It wasn't even a night game.
I know it's not a night game, but
every like top. Any ranked game there is going to be tough. If you're
it hits a lot more when it's a night game, and you know you see all those kids in the windows.
The wave they do at the end of the first quarter. I mean, like, yeah.
Hi, Mom. But that's definitely a hard place to go into
and win if you're the visiting team. But overall, watching that game, I honestly did not think it was going to go the way that it did. But seeing how Iowa's offense has been looking this season, they were bound to slip up because from what I've really gathered from it overall, their defense is really scoring the points because they feed off their defense if they get any stops or turnovers. And Purdue kind of took away their offense and made their defense really win the game. And that just didn't go in their favor. I mean, they stood in for as long as that they could, but just overall, Purdue, they just knew how to game plan for them and finally got their first L.
For sure. I don't know. With Iowa, they're not out of the race by no means in my.
Oh no, they went out. They're still going to the Big Ten title
game. Right, I still got them winning their whole division.
I do too, but just this loss is like
it showed a chink in the armor, just the same way that it happened to Alabama against A&M last week too. So
right, so just we both agree like they're going to win out the West But I don't know. At the same time, dude, they still got Wisconsin now. You know, with that rivalry and itself, that's going to be a slugfest. That's a straight.
That's going to be another defensive battle.
Yeah, that's just straight old school Big Ten ground and pound smash and ground football for real when it comes to both defenses.
But I feel like Wisconsin,
their offense is terrible.
Yeah, they have no offensive.
They have no run game. That's just really what it is. They have no run game.
So it's like I don't think it. Both are going to have struggles on offense, but I think Iowa will come away and figure something out before that game's over with.
And just an early prediction, I think it's going to be like a 3-point win in favor of Iowa, just honestly. And also, too, the Florida Gators. Honestly, I did not expect them to lose this game, but they took another L, this time to an unranked LSU Tigers.
Now, the Bayou.
Now, I'm pretty sure y'all been following lately, but looks like Coach O is pretty much up out of there after this season.
They were trying to get Coach O up out of there after they won the championship.
And that's messed up, man.
It's crazy.
It's like you literally had one of the greatest college football seasons ever. You had one of the best Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks in your program, let alone college football history with Joe Burrow. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, after he left and like pretty much half your staff and players left, Okay, yeah, it's time to get out. It's time to get rid of him.
He really stumbled against, or he really stumbled against this job. Like he wasn't. I don't think he was really supposed to be here that long. Cause
No one, like they said, like no one was really rocking with him. Like the staff, let alone the players, they didn't want to play for him or coach with him. It was like, damn,
that was when he first got there. That was like right when he got there from like
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, or I thought it was SC.
No,
Did he come from SC first?
No, he went to Ole Miss.
He went to Ole Miss first. So him coming from Ole Miss, yeah, he was, and besides, he was supposed to be. He was the interim coach. We're forgetting about that. He was the interim head coach, so he was really not supposed to have this job. But they felt like he was
because he's from Louisiana,
yeah,
so like it would make sense bringing a home kid back.
Right. He was part of the culture, part of the culture, part of the environment and everything. So he knew what happened, what goes down in Baton Rouge and all that stuff. So he's connected. He's tapped in. But yeah, I don't think they were really planning on giving him an extension and making him stay that long. So Ed, much love to you, bro, but you know.
But yeah,
go ahead and sit your ass down.
He didn't say, but he pretty much was like, yeah, I'm ready to get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, what was his excuse or quote unquote his reasoning? He said he wanted to go spend time with his family. Nigga, no, you know goddamn well you were not trying to go spend time. I mean, granted, yes, you want to go spend time with your family, but
you wasn't trying to leave that job.
Right? No, you were really trying to like work things out with the program.
But it just it wasn't happening, bro. Nah. It wasn't happening.
It's all right though. Where do you see LSU going from
well,
this?
they 24/7 Sports had dropped like a lot of coaches' names. As far as like the new head coach for LSU, a few of them got turned down, which both of those guys being Jimbo Fisher and Dabo Swinney, which I'm not shocked because the way A&M has been playing looks like Jimbo gonna be there for a while. Now,
I was
granted,
about to say that should have never been a fucking option,
right?
Why would you? You're going within the league, and two, it's like he's already built what he wants to see out there. So
and he just beat Alabama. Do you really think he want to get that up and go to LSU and restart over?
I swear, when they make these like coaching trees or coaches that they want to pursue, they don't. I swear they just be throwing big names up at the board just cause. Like, nigga, that don't make no sense.
Right, and then on top of that too, like I said, Dabo's name got thrown in there. And I'm like, granted, Clemson is ass this year. That nigga is not leaving Clemson.
He's got like 3 top recruiting classes in the tuck
and 2 national championships. Do you really think he's about to leave and restart again?
That's what I'm saying.
In the SEC?
He's got all that coming in next year. Like I'm pretty sure he's not worried. So.
No, he ain't worried. I think next year they'll be fine, but this year they're just ass, which thank God they are. But yeah, both of them were a few of the names. They said James Franklin was one of them. Mel Tucker was one of them.
See, James Franklin, I think he's
honestly, I think at this point, depending on how Penn State runs their season, I would not be shocked if he leaves Penn State and go to LSU. Now, granted, that would be a major blow to their program because it's like, it has been literally a roller coaster ride with Penn State. Like 1 year they're good, next year they're not good, not good. It's just up and down, but it's like this year is an up year for them. Granted, they lost 1 game, but still, it's still been a good year.
Was that 2017 where they went to the Sugar Bowl or whatever New Year's Six Bowl that was?
That was 2019.
That was 19.
Yeah, when they played Memphis.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like you see the peaks and valleys of Penn State. They've been through a couple quarterbacks and also a couple offensive coordinators. So they've been trying to figure that part out, but all growing pains.
Yeah. So real quick, getting into our predictions for this for the next week of college football.
Go Blue.
Yeah. So the night game, you got Ohio State at Indiana. Now, me personally, I feel like Ohio State will come out on top victoriously, but
that's always a trap game, though.
It is, but I feel like after how we played last year against them, where we were killing them in the first half, and then the second half, we just said, yeah, we gonna not put our foot on the gas and literally let them niggas come back, and we won by a touchdown. And Justin Fields had low-key his worst game at Ohio State with throwing 3 picks that entire game. I'm like, dude, this is the amount of you threw the entire season in 2019. But I just feel like this team is highly motivated to get back to playing against them this time at Indiana at a night game. And I just think Ohio State is going to have a little bit more motivation going into this game. Granted, Indiana, they're gonna come in there with all the fire that they gonna have from their home crowd and shit like that, and from their head coach. But it's just like seeing how they've been playing, it's just like nah, they ain't there. And plus, on top of that too, like your real starting QB, he's hurt, so it is yeah.
Right.
So and who else is playing? Oh, Oregon and UCLA. I don't know. That's a trap game for Oregon too. I ain't gonna lie. That's another trap game for them. Because granted, UCLA ain't ranked no more, but they've been looking more consistent this whole season. I'll say that. I got Oregon winning still, but I would not be shocked if they lose to UCLA at UCLA.
Excuse me. I don't know. It's just the Pac-12 is this real like shaky too. So it's like Oregon was really supposed to be a top dog this year.
Right.
That was their only hope for getting into the playoff, pretty much.
Right.
But I don't know. How you were just saying, UCLA has definitely shown a lot of improvement.
Right.
Chip Kelly has gotten them to somewhat more dominance. I forget who was their head coach.
I forgot.
Was it? I don't want. I want to say Art Briles for some reason.
I don't know.
But
I forgot.
He was up at Baylor. But it was a nigga that looked just like him though. But besides that, I don't know. Chip Kelly, with him doing what he's doing, I think he's got a couple more years. I think before they get
somebody new,
and some like get them actually rolling to like get more wins and probably be in a good bowl game per se. But I don't know. I think Oregon. The Pac-12 is just trash. That was their best hope, and I think they fumbled the bag, basically losing the
Stanford.
Stanford. So
yeah,
it's just
yeah. And your Wolverines play Northwestern too. Now
this is a trap game as well.
Exactly,
I hope everybody knows this.
Like
this is
granted,
a trap game.
like, and we both can agree. Like granted, whatever Northwestern's record is, that defense is stout because they play nothing but zone defense. So
Pat Fitzgerald is going to have them ready to go.
Right, and it's at the big house.
I know that is true, but I'm still not going to sleep on them.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely not sleeping on Northwestern because, like I said, their defense is real stout and they play zone defense. So a lot of the DB is going to be looking in front.
We're looking. I hope we don't look forward to or look towards Michigan State this week. We cannot get complacent and try and just like backdoor Northwestern because they will do us like Nebraska did and give us a nice scare.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I just need us to come out on all cylinders. First half, let's.
So real quick, like, so what do you think Michigan really needs to do to really like get like a significant win out of Northwestern? Starting with the offense, because I know that's one of your main topics.
Offensive wise, we just need to come. We can't fall flat. Like so. How in the Nebraska game we came out flat after
the turnover?
Yeah. Or no, we came out flat after. No, I'm thinking about Wisconsin for a second because he missed that throw in the back of the end zone. But in Nebraska, yeah, we came out flat too. But it was just offensive wise, we were just not
clicking like y'all been doing in previous
games.
It
was just like we were not moving. We weren't being aggressive in the first half. And granted, their defense, Nebraska's defense was playing well, but it was just like some of the play calls I didn't like how like nonchalant and lax we were. So I need us to go in there first half, get them out the way, snatch their soul, pause, and just get up out of there because we gotta be full force for next week. Next week is when
that's when shit gets
chips.
real.
Yeah,
that's when shit gets real. That's
next
when shit gets real, and us too. But now, real quick, before we wrap this up, the defense for Michigan. What do you think they need to do?
Just our secondary. Secondary needs to be on all P's and Q's.
So your front seven is cool.
Yeah, we have like one of the top front sevens I think in the country. Rush defense, no one's really fucking with us. No one's really running the ball, averaging a whole lot. Granted, we'll see when we get into these next couple weeks, but. Thought I was about to sneeze. Okay. But yeah, we'll see how the defense holds up. It's just the secondary. I've been saying that for the whole year basically. It's just our passing defense is what scares me. Our corners
get burned a lot and like the hold still.
Yeah, technique. I mean,
that shit got to change, bro.
Yeah, that's about it. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, and NBA, the NBA season is finally back. And real quick, all right, Miami, he whooped that ass against Milwaukee.
Yes, sir.
I was not expecting that, but hey, I'm glad we got that first win. And Giannis looked shook as fuck. Like,
hey, well,
did we just get this L like this?
I want to just preference this because they did come out. That was a back-to-back for them too.
I know, but still, we whooped that
Yeah,
ass.
we still whooped that ass.
I'll
Don't
take that dub any
that
day. I don't care. I'll take that dub any day.
But I just want to preference that they came off a back-to-back and they were coming off the ring ceremony. So
they were still running off that emotional
yeah,
high.
they still going off that emotional high. But I will still take the win regardless.
Hell yeah.
Tyler Hero out here cooping half-court shots.
Exactly. I seen that shit.
I'm like, you know what? This is why I fuck with this nigga.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see what we're going to look like the rest of the season. But, yo, at the same time, too, though, this motherfucker Seth Curry. Back-to-back games, you beat 2 LA teams and dropped a 40-piece.
I was weak. I seen a clip on Instagram where
Kevin Durant?
No, not Kevin Durant. Paul George. I always get them mixed up for some reason. Paul George was out here trying to challenge Steph Curry. He said, "Hey, I got one from the logo. What about you?"
Nigga, I got 2 from the logo.
Steph was like, "Bro, I haven't missed all game. What you talking about?"
Come on, I dropped 25 in the first quarter. What you talking about?
Next possession later, this nigga pulls up from half court and coops it in his mouth. I'm like, bro,
come on, bro, don't do that. But
This
like, yo,
nigga's
I ain't gonna lie though, man. Like, Steph, he on a mission, but it's like at the same time too, though, man. Like, once they get Klay Thompson back, I mean, that nigga is coming with a vengeance because I'm pretty sure now y'all been hearing about this 75th annual like NBA list and some of the names that got snubbed. I'm like,
don't make no sense.
Like, what were y'all smoking to keep some of these players off the list? And meaning that, I mean, Klay Thompson was one of them, Tracy McGrady was one of them, Vince Carter was one of them, Dwight Howard was one of them. And a former MVP and Derrick Rose was out of it. I'm like, the fuck? 5 of those niggas are off the list? Like, really?
Shit don't make no sense.
It really don't.
I feel like they were trying to get all the old heads and not the old heads, but all the old heads and then all the players that you know for a fact were going to be on there. And they just made the list. Just from what it sounds like.
But it's like you can't take away what all those 5 players did in their respective years when they were like literally just balling their ass out. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like Dwight Howard, like 09, like 08 to 2011 was like the prime of his basketball years.
Prime dominance.
Exactly. Derrick Rose 2011 MVP run. Like what?
That doesn't need to be talked about. That nigga was on a whole nother level.
Do I even need to get into the discussion of Vinsanity with Vince Carter? He had a whole country on his back at one point. Like, what?
He really did, yeah.
And then T-Mac, like, bro, come on, man. Like, this dude was another Kobe, just taller.
Right.
Kobe even said that himself.
I don't know. They probably just need to. I don't know what they need to do.
And then,
they can't retract it. It's already public.
I know they can't. But I'm just saying though, like, just those 4 alone down top of that, you don't add Klay Thompson on there too. I'm like, bro, really? One of the best pure shooters in the league to ever have, and he's off the list.
He's gonna come when he comes back. He's definitely gonna show you a lot.
Literally, he's gonna like just have his sniper and just start shooting everybody that just didn't put him on that list. I'm like,
got a full clip for everybody.
Exactly, but just going back to these actual games though. So like the first few games that happened, it was Milwaukee and Brooklyn. I mean, I knew Milwaukee was going to win. Just again, they had their ring ceremony and they was feeding out the crowd. So I already knew off rip they was going to get that dub. The Lakers and Warriors, the game following that. Honestly, I didn't know how that game was going to go, but seeing the highlights, it was a closer game than what I expected. But I just feel like the Lakers, once they get, I want to say Russell Westbrook, once he gets situated with the new system, with him not really controlling the ball a lot more, and they just find ways to still get him the ball, I think they'll be fine. Yeah,
I think with the Lakers, it's just them just getting their legs back. You know, all of them are pretty old, so let's say what it is. They're old, and then trying to incorporate Russ in the mix. But it's going to take a couple games.
But Stephen A. Smith low-key said on the first day that he said he felt like they didn't take the preseason seriously, so for them to get their chemistry down. I can see where he was coming from too. Now, granted,
I felt like that's what they were supposed to do. The preseason was the time for them to get some type of chemistry, but I think they were also thinking about, hey, it's the preseason. We're not really trying to
go all out.
Yeah, go all out and waste our bodies and stuff. So, I mean, I get it, but
Yeah, at least got to take some games seriously or something like that.
yeah.
So it was that happened, and the Knicks and the Celtics. I mean, so far that was the best game to start out the NBA season. I ain't gonna lie though, like just going back and forth, going into double overtime, like that was like straight up old school Boston Celtics, Knicks, New York Knicks basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
it's funny that Kemba. Did Kemba play that night too? Because I know they traded him over there, so and it might have been a little emotional.
I mean, like he grew up in the Bronx. Played his college basketball in that arena back in 2011.
Had one of the best.
He had one of the best crossovers and game-winning shots ever. I mean, like I still remember that game to this day, vividly, literally. Like the moment I seen him get the ball, I'm like, oh, he gonna shoot
6 of them things.
Then once he hit that step back, I'm like, oh, dude fell. Oh man,
6 of them things.
Literally
6 overtimes.
Literally, but like just seeing that crowd, like with all the fans in the stands, just let you know, like this is what we missed a lot in sports. Like just the crowd feeding off the players' emotion when the game is that close.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what we miss, especially in the NBA. So. That game, low-key, will be probably one of the best games of the season. We're going to see how the rest of the games turn out, later down the road.
Do you think with the fans coming back, or you think it's going to give that feeling again?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And what else happened? Oh, Ben Simmons.
This motherfucker right here.
I don't like – we talked enough about Kyrie, but this nigga Ben Simmons, I mean, I never seen a player be – I don't want to say privileged, but just so stupid.
Whose position is worse, Kyrie's or Ben?
I would say Ben's, honestly, because it's like this dude is openly saying without saying, I don't want to play with y'all. I want to leave.
Yeah.
And it's like this nigga showed up to practice with a hoodie and sweatpants and his phone in his pocket.
Preferences, Ty. This nigga is losing $2 million per game.
That's a lot.
So he's gonna probably miss these next 3 games, 4 games.
He's suspended for with them playing against Brooklyn.
Yeah, so he's missing the game tonight.
Saying that he's mentally not ready. That's some bullshit.
Bro,
we know how serious mental health is, but dude,
bro,
you were causing so much commotion after y'all got bounced out the playoffs, after you couldn't even put a layup in the middle under the basket and what?
I feel like we're at the stage of like people talking about mental health and using it as an scapegoat 24/7.
Like, bro, like no, that's not an scapegoat for you. You just don't want to play, and you're not even trying to want to play. And I don't fault Joel Embiid and Doc Rivers for saying like, hey, if you don't want to play, that's his fault. We can't worry about him. We got a whole team to worry about. We trying to actually win games. If that means we got to do it without you, then so be it, nigga. Bounce.
They said get this weak nigga off our team.
Literally, and like it's not just them, it's the entire city of Philly. Philly is a tough crowd, man. You got to be mentally tough to play there.
Right. That tells me I feel like he might be a little mentally weak though. Like he's not. I mean, granted, he's been mentally weak with his jump shot for years.
But that's the thing though. You can hit shots in the actual NBA game, but you can hit it like during like just a regular hooping session. Like, come on, man.
I don't know what that is.
Like, what's the confidence difference in that?
I don't know who he needs to talk to for that though. That's kind of crazy in my opinion.
Like people had this dude as the next LeBron James, just a left-handed version of him.
Yeah,
like,
with off of his passing and court vision. I mean, and his size. Like
come on, bro. Like
you don't see that often. But
yeah,
I don't
really don't.
I don't understand. With Ben Simmons, he's just one of those guys that's just gonna.
He's going to ruin his own career.
Yeah, he's going to waste his potential. I think he really is.
Yeah, I see it too. Like,
do you think they're going to let him go, or
they should let him go? Because it's like it's obvious he doesn't want to be there. So it's like we can't force him to want to stay here because he's going to keep doing the same old bullshit. Like, again, you showed up to practice in sweatpants and your phone in your pocket. It's like you were just there to just be like, "Hey, I'm here. What's up?" Like, nigga, everybody else in their practice gear. You ain't in shit. You in street clothes trying to hoop.
He thinks he's at UCLA basketball court. He think he's just gonna run a quick pickup game real quick.
Like, no, man. Like, get out of here with that. But like, To wrap up this NBA talk, though, we got some games coming on to finish up the week. We got the Nets and Sixers, and we got the Lakers and Suns. Now, who's going to win? Honestly, I don't know in both games because, let's keep it real. The Nets, Lakers, and Suns both lost.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't know how they will bounce back, but I just feel like
I
think the Nets might pull this one out against the Sixers.
Of course, I think they are too.
And as far as the Suns and Lakers goes, it's still I don't know with that one.
I think I might go with the Suns on this one.
You might go with the Suns.
I think I might.
Are they at LA or are they at Phoenix?
I don't know. I might have to check that. But I'm just going off of Devin Booker. Granted, hold up, is he? I don't know if he's playing because
he got hurt or something.
Nah, I think they had him on rest because this nigga been playing basketball since.
Yeah, he been playing basketball for a long time this year. I ain't gonna lie though.
So I don't think he played their first game. So, yeah, I don't know if he's playing this game either. But if he is, that's who I'm banking on. I'm thinking Devin Booker's still on his rampage of. Playing basketball since last year, damn near. So,
but I'll probably go with the Lakers this time. I want them to get that first win just so they can build off some confidence and go forward for real. So yeah, that's my picks for that. And NFL, man. So as I'm pretty sure people already know by now, Deshaun Watson has been dropped of all his charges when it comes to sexual misconduct and sexual assault. All 21 accounts have been dropped.
Hold on.
So
that deserves a round of applause.
Right.
Hold on, if I can get to it. Hold on. Oh.
Is it gonna play?
Where's my round of applause? Oh my God, I'm sorry, y'all.
You just had it.
Man, if y'all don't give me my round of applause, technical difficulties. Where's my shit at?
Just let it go, bro.
Oh, I know why. There we go.
Wow.
My fault, y'all. I'm forgetting. I'm over here forgetting I had shit on standby.
Wow.
My bad.
But yeah, so he's been dropped of all of his charges. So now there's been rumors of saying that he might be traded to the Miami Dolphins. Now, me personally,
I think that would be a good move for him.
It'll be a good move, but it's just like, can that O-line protect him, though? Because he's a mobile QB.
Oh, yeah. But, no, I mean, shit. We seen what they did with Tua. This nigga
has been dying since the beginning in the league.
Exactly. I don't think their offensive line is going to be up to par for Deshaun, but weapons-wise, they got a lot more to work with.
I mean, yeah, they got Jalen Waddle. Who else do they have?
Shoot. I can't think off the top of my dome right now, but they got some from these past couple of years. They've been building up wide receivers in that wide receiver room down in Miami. So they got some weapons, and I think they have a pretty decent running game. It's not
too bad.
It's not crazy, but yeah, it should be up to par for what he's coming from Houston. So. Because literally, that nigga had nothing.
I mean, he had DeAndre. Then they traded that nigga out to Arizona.
But okay, yes, they had. You're correct about that. But in all regards, outside of that,
he didn't have shit.
Right. Outside of that, they had fucking what's my man's name that always got hurt?
What's his name? Fuller.
Yeah, Kyle Fuller. That nigga would get hurt every time he stepped on the field. Like literally, he touched a blade of grass. He tore his ACL. So
he pulled a Jay Cutler.
Yeah, so it's like he never had like a lot of good weapons in my opinion. So I feel like Miami, he's gonna have like
a nice set of weapons to throw to. Now I know we said like we was gonna talk about like how the Chiefs aren't really Super Bowl contenders anymore, just off how they've been playing this year. But I feel like we need to talk about the Arizona Cardinals now for real, honestly, because. Just seeing how this team has been clicking is a scary sight.
They're my team that's going to the NFC Championship game.
And
I don't know.
Who would they be playing in the championship?
It's either the Rams or the Bucks. Literally, those are my three teams I've been saying this whole year: Rams, Bucks, Cardinals. For the NFC, at least.
NFC.
I don't know the AFC. Lord Jesus, I don't know who the hell is. Like I said, I don't know who the hell's coming out that bitch. It really might be the Bills. The Bills might go to the Super Bowl this year.
I might say the Bills too, because they the only team that I see that's really consistent on both sides of the ball. But
Bills and Ravens,
right? But as far as like AZ goes, I mean, just Can we just honestly say like Kyler Murray might just win MVP if he continues to play at this rate?
Pause this. Me and Ty are watching TV as we were talking to you guys. They just showed Ben Simmons pull up in a fucking Rolls Royce to practice. No wonder they're like angry at this nigga.
It's like
bro,
it's like you're constantly flaunting that you don't want to play, but you showing up in style. Like, nigga, you're not playing.
Lord, oh man. All right, my bad, Ty.
But back to the NFL. I understand. Like that was just a shocker. Like, nigga, what? You pull up in a Rolls Royce?
They got footage.
Shit?
They made a whole edit video of him popping out. Like, come on, bro.
Like, really? Yeah. But back to NFL topic at hand. I really feel like if the Arizona Cardinals continue to play play the way that they're playing, regardless if they lose the game or not, the way that they're playing and the way Kyler Murray has been playing, I mean, I don't know. I think he honestly might just win MVP this year. I mean, I want to give other people a chance to win it. I just feel like he's on this shit. He's on this shit this year.
He's jumping off the roof,
and that defense is
something serious.
Exactly. You got Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt. That secondary is nice with Byron Murphy and they traded with Peterson to Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but still, just that secondary alone is still making plays just overall, man. The Arizona Cardinals just might make it back to the Super Bowl again. I ain't gonna lie.
I was gonna say I don't see why not. I don't see why not either. Their offense is number one. I'm pretty sure in the league.
Right.
Defense. Top 10.
Yeah, I'll say top 5 defense. I'll say top 5.
I really feel like adding JJ was that
the missing link,
and especially just off a leadership.
Oh man,
aspect
terrific leader. And honestly, I feel like he's one of those players that should have got a ring a long time ago too.
Mm-hmm.
Just from a defensive player standpoint, like
right. He was just on a bad. He's just been on bad teams. That's about it.
Well, that's the thing though. Like earlier on though, like franchise. The Texans had like decent teams to where they can make a run in the playoffs. It's just. They met, teams that were actually built to actually win the shit. But, he had a few good teams that he was on in Houston, but just couldn't get the job done. But I honestly feel like that this year just might be the year they make it to the Super Bowl. It's just who they're going to face and will they win it, depending on the opponent.
True. I agree. I think I'm gonna say that's my real Super Bowl pick, or they're at least one of my picks, because like I said, it's going to be between the Rams, Bucks, and Cardinals. Those are literally the top 3 teams coming out the NFC. Don't know who, but we'll definitely see. They out here murder this
bro,
nigga.
They want all the smoke with Ben Simmons.
They are about to kill this nigga.
It's like, yo, we watching TV and still trying to talk to y'all at the same time too. And bro, they literally are waiting for this nigga just to appear in the arena, so they can so they can shout all the boos, cuss them out, all that.
Philly fans are like a different type of breed of fans.
I mean, it's like if you don't play to what they expect you to play to, they gonna let you know.
That is facts.
I mean, but honestly, I think this might just be the first time I feel like a player deserves all the smoke that he deserves from the fan base of the team that he's on. I'm just being honest. But anyway, back to our topics at hand.
He was really balling in some sweat. I mean, granted, niggas do that, though, but
not like this. That's just sad. And your phone is hanging out your pocket, bro. That shit about to fall out. Like, come on, man. But back to our topics at hand. Pop culture-wise, a lot has been going on. A lot.
That is true.
A lot has been going on.
Pop culture wise, Lord. Let's talk about Mr. Ryan Reynolds first.
Yes.
Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, recently he has came out and said that he will be taking a break from acting. I ain't gonna lie, that was a shock, but I understand probably why he's want to take a break.
I feel like he's done pretty much every movie you can think of, at least in my recollection. Like I feel like I've seen him play in every kind of role almost.
Yeah, he's that versatile as an actor, and on top of that too, like he was a perfect man for Deadpool. I mean, when they first dropped that trailer and I saw who was Deadpool, I'm like, okay, y'all didn't miss with this one. This was the perfect guy to really play that type of character, that type of anti-superhero. So that was a gold mine right there when they did that. But yeah, I truly believe he's a well-rounded, versatile actor that can play any role that you give him, and he's gonna do him. He's gonna perform that role to the best of his ability. So
facts.
But But yeah, like him taking a break from acting. I mean, like it ain't nothing wrong with that. I just feel like maybe he just needs he needs a mental rest, like unlike some people, Ben Simmons. But yeah, I just think he probably just needs a rest, just to chill out, be with the fam, just chill out for real, you know.
Who do you think they're gonna get Deadpool? If he doesn't come back by time.
I think he'll be back for Deadpool. Yeah, because I don't think if you replace him with Deadpool, it's like, okay, what other actor can you really trying to mimic that role? Because he is Deadpool. Like, it was one day when he did Green Lantern, because he even said he didn't give a fuck about that role. That shit, he said that shit was trash.
They need to redo that whole movie.
I mean, honestly,
DC needs to do better after
but
that.
Like lately, DC been dropping previews of movies to come in like near future. But it's like y'all doing this, y'all showing these previews like 2-3 years before it comes out. So it's like, damn, like Marvel's still whooping y'all ass, but still.
I could have swore I seen like a page or a pamphlet like a long time ago saying what was going to happen with DC and like the movies that they were about to start dropping.
Like they dropped some previews on YouTube like earlier, like sometime this week.
Yeah, but
like
I think
it was like for Aquaman, Flash. And,
I think, but all those are coming next year.
Next year in 2023.
Yeah, so it's like.
But you already know how Marvel doing. They got movies stacked this whole year, and then the following years.
Because they've been ready for 2 years.
Exactly. So it's just like even if DC does make a nice little comeback, Marvel's still gonna be whooping y'all ass. But still, I believe Ryan Reynolds will be back in time to play Deadpool if they are in works for making a third Deadpool movie, which I believe they are still. But yeah, you can't replace him as Deadpool. If you replace him, nobody's gonna see it. I'm just being honest. He was made to be that character, you know.
I don't see anybody coming in and trying and fill in his shoes. I think that he's got that solidified. Granted, I felt the same way with Chris Evans
as Captain America.
As Captain America, but you know,
but at the same time though, he wasn't bad as Human Torch though in Fantastic Four though.
True, I agree with that.
But I just think he fit the description of what Captain America is, so I can see where you coming from with that. Definitely can see that.
Hey man, Ryan Reynolds, shout out to you, bro. Hopefully you get what you need. Hopefully you come back to the acting game. You know, I didn't watch your last. I seen your preview for your last movie. It was kind of like
the Free Guy movie.
Yeah, it was a comedy one, but I don't know. I don't want to say he looked like he was ready to be done after that, but you know,
he was like, yeah, I'm done.
That looked like a movie you ready to exit off of for sure. So, but shout out to you, Ryan Reynolds. Hopefully you get what you need and come back.
Right.
Other news, Mr. Kanye. No, Mr. Ye. Excuse me.
This nigga, man. I mean, how many versions of Kanye have we literally seen?
A lot.
Because I'm pretty sure by now y'all have heard that he decided to change his name to Ye, and that got approved by the LA government or some shit like that. So like that happened, and you know how this nigga is when it comes to fashion. So he decided to put one of his, I guess, personalities in the back of his head, and he put Ye in the back of his head. And I'm just like, look, I don't know what to say. I really don't.
I don't know either, bro. I mean, it's Kanye. That's literally all we can say. It's Kanye.
He's always up to some shit.
That nigga is a genius in his own right. Shit we will probably never understand sometimes. He understands. He just sees stuff in a whole different way. A whole different way. And it turns out to be fire, and sometimes I don't know.
I don't know either.
He's too rich for me. That's basically that's about it. He's too rich for me. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Donda did great, in my opinion. You know, we will never, ever, ever, ever see this ever again. We will never see anybody do anything what this nigga did with his album. It's just, you know, at a certain point, it's just like, you know what, you got it, bro. You are at a different level than most people. So it's like, you've seen, you've heard, you've touched, you've done a lot of different shit that the normal average person will not ever see.
Let alone the average rapper would do.
Right. So in saying that, it's just, you know, you just gotta go with the punches, you know.
Right.
Kanye is going to do Kanye. He's going to give us music when he wants to give us music. He's going to give us fashion when he wants to give us fashion. Just got to roll with the punches. That's about it.
Right. But speaking of rappers, though, this past week though, birthday was celebrated. A well-respected birthday was celebrated. Snoop Dogg has finally hit the 50 club, and like this dude has really been in so many different decades of music. It's ridiculous. Like started out in Death Row and then went to No Limit Records, and just the way he's just been able to just transition from one decade of music to the next decade to the next, and it has able to just really maintain for so long. So it's just like as far as like rappers goes, like where would you think like Snoop ranks at, honestly?
Snoop definitely ranks in, probably my all-time top 10.
Top 10?
Yeah, just off influence alone, just off of what he's done for the game, who he's put on. It's just, I don't see, like, without Snoop, a lot of niggas wouldn't be here.
I feel you.
He wouldn't have made smoking weed cool. Yeah, just.
And then his overall flow though is just like, I don't think like not too many people can really copy that style. Now, granted, he's a freestyle rapper, but just how he's able to just to stay calm and just flow with any beat you put him on, the way he just flow with it is just ridiculous too. So really, just all we can say is just big props to Uncle Snoop, man. Just 50 looks good on you, bro, and we just hope that you are still going to be here and probably just continuously to give us more music and more memories to just, keep going of you. So we just want to say happy late birthday to the great SNOOPDOGG.
Snoop Dogg.
Also in music, too. This man, Big Sean, dropped his album.
First, I'm going to give them a little snippet, but go ahead, Ty.
I mean, like we heard the first song off his album, and I'm like, oh shit.
Which you can go listen to on Patreon
Exactly.
if you guys want to go check it out, because we gave a little snippet.
Exactly. So, but just seeing how he was rapping off that first intro, I'm like, okay, he about to get into some shit. And then on top of that too, Seth had just brought up his LA Leakers freestyle. So,
Stupid.
So honestly, I would low-key want to check this out real quick, and then we're gonna give you our opinion on this real quick. So,
Facts. I'm gonna play a little snippet for y'all.
Grammys, that part. Big money.
We all the way. Let's get it, Sean.
Look, I was with Kobe last January 1st. Trapped inside a year that just can't get no worse. Present traumatic stress got me damaged and hurt. I've been in the gym trying to live off a curse that's been on me since my family tree was planted on earth. Swear my seeds gonna have a new advantage at birth. I stopped hoping for the best, now I'm demanding it work. I handle my dirt as good karma, don't land on it first. Relentless how I give it all but never give in. Just like NBA players in my girls' DMs. Steady shooting shots
and we know they are.
Fuck it, I'm focused on making money we never gonna spend. Like my blessings queue.
Focus on money we never gonna spend.
Blood or oyster perpetual. Ayy, never cheat yourself, that might be God testing you. Rocky roads I pedal through. When niggas switch, I never do. Even when lights behind me was
niggas switch, I never do.
My revenue, soul is insellable still. My mind get conflicted as a Palestine border. My grass greener. I spread down with alkaline water. Big fucking checkbook, and yeah, I'm the author. Not just from learning, but applying what life taught you. That's why I'm done confusing people's opinions.
He always hits you with some metaphorical shit.
People who life not on track. They did a song with every artist.
Sean knows how to talk to you.
Bitch, and they ain't charge me shit cause they respected me back. So give me that first. Hit like black church. Tyson bag work. I deserve
Tyson bag work?
Ain't nothing in the world more important than this. Half a ticket on me like I already boarded some shit. But they been exploiting us since we got off the shit. Trust issues with the world, man, that I gotta clear within. But how I'm supposed to after the Tuskegee experiment, where they took 400 blacks, snuff from syphilis, knowing that they might die, never see you here again.
Bruh, he's talking that shit.
You ain't really free till you free within.
Ain't really free till you free within. Man, what?
Secret Service pull back up here to speak with him. Man, I'm
Speak
in
your
too
mind.
deep with
2.0.
him. Again.
That's why I am.
Again. It already happened once. We're trying to school y'all on some shit that they don't teach them.
I want to because he went off. He did a Drake beat and a Kanye beat.
Let's save it.
Man, he was going crazy, y'all. Lord Jesus, he was spitting though. But
man, okay, just off of that freestyle alone, I can tell he about to be talking this album too. I mean, just good lord, his the metaphors, man, especially that Tuskegee part. I'm like, bruh,
talking that shit.
yes.
Sean, yeah, it's like I don't know. How do you feel about Big Sean? Honestly, where do you see him in like the hierarchy with the Drakes, the Coles? Because at one point,
he's in there. He's in there.
I was about to say at one point he still is in that light to me. Granted, he's probably that second tier before.
I just feel like his
them.
consistency isn't like what Cole and Kendrick and the Drakes is. I feel like if he's a little bit more consistent with like just dropping not necessarily albums, but like just dropping shit that you know for a fact we gonna play on the loop.
Right.
I feel like if he keeps that up, then yes, he's there. But he's still overall there. It's just I just feel like he's in a good competition race.
I've heard people say they don't like it, like his voice. They don't like how he sounds. He doesn't sound like a Detroit dude at all. But
y'all got to think he was born in Detroit, but he grew up in the West Coast, so he has a mixture of both a Midwest style and a West Coast style too. So he can balance both out.
I was about to say, people say that Detroit and the Bay are cousins.
So I mean,
you see the connection there. The connection is there, but
like it's like how many rappers have grown up in like their birthplace but grew up in a whole different state?
Half these niggas.
So it's like you can balance out different cultures and still blend them into one by still showing love to them. So, but yeah, just.
Man.
But like Big Sean, man, when it's all said and done, he's gonna be one of the GOATs.
He's already a GOAT.
Yeah,
in my opinion, he's already a GOAT.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, he's definitely in that conversation with the Coles, with the Drakes and the Kendricks. But it's like I said, just he's in a nice competition race as far as like artists goes. So
right.
Yeah.
And continuing with new music, diving into Wale. Wale dropped a project. What's it called? Forlin.
Now,
I can't even speak right now.
Now, I ain't gonna lie though. I really wish he would be more consistent.
Mr. Wale.
I'll let you take this because
With Wale, he is with Big Sean in that second tier. He could also be in that first tier with the Coles and the
because wasn't he supposed to be Cole before Cole blew up the way that he did?
Facts. And I don't know. It's just Wale. He's fire. He knows he's another poetic kind of rapper. It's just the antics and what he was going through at the time with breaking up with his label.
MMG.
MMG. He was also signed to Atlantic as well. So he was. Because as of right now, I think he's like independent, but also has like a deal with
Ross.
Nah, with Empire. He doesn't have no ties with Ross, no ties with Meek, no nothing.
Okay.
So he's out that deal. But
all right.
during that's when you seen him go through like all those changes and all those lash out moments on Twitter,
media.
Social media and all that stuff. So that gave like that little stigma of like he's kind of
difficult to just.
Yeah, he's difficult. No one's really trying to listen to him. He's like an asshole type deal. But dude is one to none, like one of the top MCs in the world.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
For sure. And I just feel like I don't want to say MMG like held him back. I just feel like they should have used him a lot better as far as like his potential.
I feel like MMG as a whole, they kind of fumbled the bag with a lot of dudes that they.
Because at one point on this nigga Omarion was on MMG. I'm like,
bro, the MMG had a nice roster. They had Wale, Rick Ross,
Meek Mill, Omarion,
Fat Trell. Who else did they have? They had. They had a slew of like Meeks niggas. They had a slew of Dream Chasers. Just like they had a lot. They had a good formula in my opinion. But
they had a good roster, but it's just they fumbled it.
Yeah, they fumbled it. I feel like also at that time Ross wasn't the mogul that he truly is now. So he didn't really give.
He didn't know how to manage all that talent.
Yeah.
He just knew how to manage really Meek and Wale when they weren't beefing.
Facts. So I don't know. That's one of those things we look back in time and be like, damn.
Like what could have been?
What could have been with MMG? I just wish like they were around now with all these groups that we have now, because you got you got you got Dreamville, you got Rockefeller, you got
Top Dog.
Top Dog. Well, shit, TDE's about to disband, low key about to disband too.
But for now.
But yeah, for now, ASAP Mob. I mean, granted, they don't make no music no more like they used to either. But
yeah, that they just randomly disappear, but they still relevant.
Yeah, they still relevant. But yeah, it's just like, I wish they were around during this time, and I think that they would be making noise with the rest of the groups that I.
Oh yeah, for sure. But to wrap this up with our SYM topic now, this topic, like I'm gonna be honest with y'all, we didn't have a topic to really come up with, but talking to my dad about this certain coworker that he works with and the shit that she was complaining about, I'm just like, you know what? This is my topic to talk about with SYM. And
Pause.
Side note, we are watching the game with Philly and Brooklyn right now, and this nigga Danny Green has just been going off. He has made straight 3-pointers.
It's just his shot is it's questionable. It's like he shoots and he's like leaning so forward so that.
Well, I think these last 2 threes he pulled, they were just like pull up jump shots.
Like yeah, I know he was like coming down the court and he said, "Fuck it, I'm just pulling."
Yeah, literally that's what he did. But again, we gotta start getting distracted when we start filming. But still, the topic at hand really is privilege. Getting
Look
mad
at
at.
that. Like, what's the
Bro,
fuck?
stop.
What the hell is this shit?
But the topic at hand is called privilege, complaining about being privileged. So, long story short, one of my dad's coworkers, she was complaining about, I guess, another coworker that they work with, because apparently, I guess he and his son had went to, I want to say, Germany on either vacation or something like that, and they were like just doing like expensive like golf like tours and places and stuff like that, just doing a nice father-son vacation. And, of course, on Facebook, he posted pictures and shit like that. And she got mad. And I'm just like, why are you concerned about what he's doing with his family? I mean, can't you worry about the shit you need to worry about with your shit? And it's just like people like that who, come from, like, a privileged background. It's like, why are you complaining about somebody else who's in the same bracket tier as you? Like, really?
I don't know. With that, it's just like, that's just hate at the end of the day. It's like you don't want that person to shine and show that they're doing well.
Or it's like, are you mad that you're not in Germany with him doing that shit? Like
exactly. Hold on. So they were that's like their significant other, or like
no, like it was like the dad and son. They were just on vacation, I guess. That's just for when I was getting.
And then the person, how the other person know them?
I think they work. I think they work together.
So they just worked. So the dad and son went off, but the other person was looking from the inside out, saying like, why can't I do that?
No, she wasn't trying to go. It's just like, I guess from what they were posting, she thought she didn't like it, because I guess like the other part is like too, like the guy's son is gonna be working for his dad, and his dad has like a nice company, and like he has employees there too that been there for years, and I guess his son is gonna start working there, and he's gonna get like a top position, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
But with that,
but still though, my whole thing is like, lady, why are you complaining about him and his son? Like, this has nothing to do with you.
Right.
Like, you're not working for him. You have a whole different job that you're doing. So why are you complaining about him and what he's doing with his business and his son and his employees? Like, like get a life.
Yeah, I don't know. I was about to say, in that regard, though, with his son, quote unquote, getting a better, or getting the high position just off strength of him being his son. I mean, I hate that kind of shit. It's like, why do that? He's never been in this field, or he hasn't gotten any experience. So let him build his way up and let someone else.
And again, I really didn't care to go in for more details, because it just wasn't my business. But just when my dad told me about what his coworker was complaining about, I'm just like, this is the same coworker that he works with who complaining about a Apple Watch that she got. She was complaining about that like the first week she got it. I'm like, see, that's the shit I'm talking about right there. You can buy shit and you complaining about it the moment you get it. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm so weird.
Like that shit right there is annoying.
Don't what's the word I want to use? Don't be petty. Don't be don't be overbearing.
Yeah,
just be gracious. There you go. Be gracious for what you can afford.
Like, just be gracious that you literally you have not suffered in life to where it's like, damn, it's like where you got to get humble. So it's just like the moment you do get that, I feel like you will appreciate your life a whole lot better than what you are doing now. So that's just my whole thing. Like, just
hey man, everybody needs a little bit of straightening every once in a while.
You gonna keep saying that line from now on now.
Nigga, everybody needs a little bit of straightening. Ain't shit. We trying to see the. Sorry, no, let me not do that. Cut that.
Oh man, but yo, that was it for SYM podcast, man. We got a lot more podcasts coming for y'all, man. We definitely are gonna continue to try to upload this vlog that we did from when we went to OU and what we did with our homeboy Vintage Dad. Shout out to him. Hey, and by the way, though, too, the 29th, his album will be dropping soon.
Facts.
Novocaine. So if I were y'all, I would just be on the lookout. Go follow him on Vintage Jazz on Instagram. And, yeah, he got some fire cooking up on the album. I was there for one of the sessions, and he got a fire-ass song with our homegirl Sue. So just stay on the lookout for that. But you got anything else, sir?
Hey, episode 3, Speak Your Mind 2.0. It's another one down in the books. You already know.
Speak Your Mind 2.0 SYM Networks.
You dig?
Speak your mind.
And with that,
speaking your mind, that's what I be talking about. I'm speaking my mind, my.
Wait, I think it was him or his friend that was downstairs.